Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well today. Today I want to play. I got very inspired by some of the Met Gala looks. Number one makeup for me was Emma Chamberlain, and I loved her like smoky, it was almost like a halo eye, which I have done a bit before, so I don't exactly want to like copy it, but I want to kind of do almost like a smoky cut crease situation. I want to test myself. I want to push myself a little. Eyeshadow is something that I'm not very good at. Eyeshadow is something that isn't my like best when it comes to makeup, but I love an eye look. Like, I think it's actually on other people like my favourite, but I'm just not that good at it. So I want to kind of do a kind of full face like glam look. I feel like I've not done one of those in a while, and yeah, quite a dramatic eye. My dishwasher is running, so excuse if you can hear some whooshing. And I'm going to leave some pictures here of things I found on Pinterest, like smoky cut crease vibe. But there's not one that I was like, right, I want to recreate that. I want to kind of just take a few of these and see where we end up. I'd love it if you can like and subscribe. It would mean an awful lot to me. And yeah, let's get into it. Starting off with trusty VIEVE. I love this as your skin prep. I want kind of like a matte look. And even though this is like a Radiance primer, it's almost like skincare, so even if I am doing a matte look, I most of the time will still put like hydration into my skin. I'm just buffing this in with a brush. Yeah, I feel like I want to up my eyeshadow game. I feel like eyeshadow is making a bit of a comeback, and I've got a few like things coming up where I want to do like an eye look. So this is kind of like practice. I'm going to Paris in a few weeks, and we're going for a really like lovely bougie dinner. So maybe if this goes well, I will like bring this out. It just makes your skin great. Even though I have put hydration into my skin, I want to try this Iconic London Velvet Smooth Pore Refining Primer. I got this in my beauty haul, but I haven't had a chance to test it out. It's kind of like a thick consistency. Doesn't really have a smell. And I guess I want to just put it in my T-zone. Okay, it's definitely blurring. I don't know if you can see that, but it's literally, not that I have massive pores, I'm quite lucky in that instance that my pores aren't like a major worry of mine. But okay, this is so blurring. It's not too I can't say that word, silicone. Is it silicone or silicone? Or is that like a tomato thing? Silicone. Because don't they say it's Silicon Valley, not Silicone Valley? But if I was to say silicone, okay, I don't know what I'm saying, but whatever that is, like, you can definitely feel it's got some of that in there, but it's not like major. Okay, I like that. I feel like, yeah, it's really blurred that kind of like inner part of my face. Okay, we love that. We love a primer, love a new primer. We're going in with my MAC Studio Radiance Serum Powered Foundation, and this is in NC11, which is the wrong colour for me. It's too yellow, but I'm just gonna do some pumps. I want it to be quite full coverage, so we're going for it. And I've got one of my fine sponges that I'm actually gonna spray with my setting spray. I'm just gonna start working that in. yeah, I love the finish of this foundation. I find it quite full coverage. Sometimes you do have to build up a bit, but it's really lightweight. It reminds me a lot of the NARS, what's it called, Longwear, Radiant Longwear. I feel like I kind of pick between the two because they give off like similar vibe. To be honest, that is my colour, but I feel like it's a little yellow. I would like it a little more neutral. It's not, yeah, it's not a bad colour. I don't think it's like majorly off. And I do have some like little, they're not, it's not even spots, it's just like, just some little like redness. So I am gonna apply a bit more of this in that section. My skin is actually doing really well at the moment. I'm really sticking to my skincare routine, but the hormonal breakouts that just flare up. But they're definitely not around for like as long, so that's kind of covered that. And they're definitely not as like, I'm really trying not to pick. It's hard, I'm a picker. I feel like my skin looks stunning. Next for concealer, I've got my HNB, which when you want a full coverage look is the go-to. I really want to look quite snatched. So I'm just patting this in with my brush. I'm such a flip-flopper between brushes and sponges. I literally think it just comes down to what I'm feeling on the day. I think when I do want that really full coverage look, I will use brushes more, but like sponges really are like good for giving that flawless. I think you need a mix of both. So I'm really just kind of, I do feel like you have a tiny bit more control with a brush. And then what I've been liking to do is put any excess product just in this section, just so that it lightens it up a bit. And this brush is a really old like Morphe brush, but it's kind of like a densely packed, like with a flat edge, and it's really nice for under the eye. For cream, we've brought out the curved case. I want to use this more. I'm scared of it. I feel like he has just brought out like a lighter version, which is really annoying because I do find this, like, I don't know if I'd ever use these tones. Maybe one day. Maybe I need to like do a look with them, like force myself. Do we do a bit today? Okay. I'm scared. This is scary for me. This is dark for me. I'm so used to staying really light. So I'm going to go in with Shady Business, which is this shade here. And I'm just tapping it a little bit. I'm scared, I'm scared. It's a bit warm. Oh, actually, it's not bad. I don't think I'd use that by itself. I'm now dipping into Hello there, which is this cooler one. I would probably like dip, I'm going in between the two. I mean, we do want like a snatched look, so going a bit warmer. Okay, I don't hate it. I feel like I look like bronzed. Okay. It's not the worst, but it's definitely darker than what I'm used to. For blush, I did pick out Making Mauves from Made by Mitchell. I got this a while ago when he had his like discount. So it's kind of a colour, it's quite dark. And so I've put some on my hand and I'm just going to kind of lightly buff this in. Don't want anything like crazy. I just want like a soft flush. I feel like I'm going definitely outside the box today. This is very like different tones for me. But I guess this is what playing is about. And I'm just kind of buffing like over everything with my sponge that I use, just to like knock it back a bit. I feel like my base looks really like lovely though. Okay, for powder, I've got my one size. I kind of don't use this anymore because I use my Huda, but this was my like first like love with a powder where I was like obsessed with it. So I'm just putting it on a puff, and I'm just going to, I want to make sure that my under eyes are set, and then I'm gonna just look at that powder. And what I do is I kind of push it in my hand just to distribute it evenly. I really want to get, I saw that you can have Botox which like lifts your eyelids. I've seen this girl on TikTok who gets it done where her like eyelids are like lifted. But I've not had Botox in a while and I still feel like my eyebrows are funny with how it wore off last time. I mean, I definitely will get it again, but do I want to be like playing with my eyelids with Botox and then all of a sudden like I look like crazy all the time? Yeah, I just feel like my eyebrows don't move, I don't know, in the right way. But I feel like that's like a me complex. I don't feel like anybody would really notice it. Like I just feel like one sits higher or one has more mobility than the other. But yeah. Okay, this setting spray is like lost its like spray. Oh there. So let me, this is the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. It is like stunning, and I'm just gonna let that dry a little, and then what I do is with a brush I go back in with my powder and I just lock all of that in. Also just under the eyes really. I don't need to like fully set it today, but I do really like this step. I feel like keeps it like super airbrushed. Powder blush, I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury. Powder bronzer even. Just setting all of that down. And I don't think I'm going to use any powder blush. I feel like the blush from the cream is like enough. Okay, for brows, I'm going to give this by Ellie another like go. I didn't really like how long it took to dry before, but I do want like really good eyebrows, so maybe I'll use too much. So I don't want to like use loads, I just want a light coating. And then, oh, I feel like I've got loads in that brow. I feel like this is a product that you're gonna like do before your foundation, but I just don't like doing my eyebrows before. What we can do whilst that sets is I want to prep my eyelids. So we've got the VIEVE eye wand. My skin looks flawless. Like it looks extra smooth than normal. I don't know if it's because I haven't worn like full coverage in a while, or maybe it's a combination. Maybe it's that bit of that primer. I feel like I look like airbrushed. Okay, so we're going to prime the lids with the VIEVE eye wand in vanilla. And I'm just going to push that all in evenly. I was talking to my friend the other day. She was asking me for some makeup tips. And one thing that I have seen on TikTok, I'm going to go back in with my back to my brows and do Kosas Air Brow. I need another one of these. This is my favourite brow product ever. So I'm going to add in some colour over the by Ellie. Yeah, so tip that I've seen on TikTok, which I really do agree with, is if your makeup's not like looking right or how you really want it, apply more. I find that my skin and makeup looks the best. Like I look the most airbrushed and look the most flawless when I've got full coverage. Like, obviously I just don't do this day to day, and I don't need to look like this every day. But if you want to elevate your makeup, yeah, I think first step is to do kind of what you're doing, but just do like more. I'm going to go with my brow pencil. This is from NYX, and I'm just going to go underneath. But yeah, I think putting more makeup on makes you look more flawless. And sometimes you don't even need to be changing the products you're using, it's just more. I need to do my brows again, and they need a good tint and they need a good pluck. Do we like them? I never really try and match my eyebrows anymore. I feel like they're a lost cause to look the same. I feel like this one looks a bit darker. Okay, I like that Bielli product by using less. So maybe that is what I kind of need to do. Got itchy nose. Okay, let's try this eye look. I don't really know what I'm doing. I think I want to. I've got my Natasha Denona and I've got my Revolution palettes. This was my go-to. It still is. I still love all the tones. And then I just like to have this because I just think there's so many lovely options. To be honest, they're quite similar. To be honest, they're not too dissimilar. Obviously the tones aren't identical, but they're definitely like within the same family. First of all, I'm going to apply just some like whitey cream over my whole eyelid, just to set down everything. And then I'm gonna trace out with a kind of flat brush. I don't know if this is the right brush or should I use a fluffy brush. No, I'm gonna trace out and just pick like a neutral brown. Don't really know what I'm doing, so I'm kind of winging it. Okay, so no, I think we're going fluffy. I think we're gonna go fluffy and then like cut into it. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the brown and I'm gonna basically pack on. No, we want fluffier brush. And we're really gonna just smoke out that corner. And then we're gonna go in with the smaller brush and we're gonna take it in to here. So it's like a real smoky situation. And then I'm gonna cut into that. Is that what we want to do? Yeah. I'm just really buffing it out. I'm gonna do one eye because I don't really know what I'm doing, so one eye is enough. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a slightly lighter colour and just buff a little more. I want it to be quite dramatic. What I liked about Emma Chamberlain's was that it was like you like noticed it. Okay, I'm gonna with this more like skinnier flat brush go in with quite a dark curb brown and just build up that edge. So again, it's just really fluffy and blown out. To be honest, you could have done this eye look like before. I'm just such a an like eye after person, but to be honest, I'm not getting much fallout. And because we're going to cut into it, I feel like we can be quite messy. Do we like this? Okay. Underneath, am I going to do that now? Yeah, let's do underneath first and then I'm going to go in. Do I want to go black? Not too dark. I say is putting on something super dark. Okay, we're going dark because maybe there's something on the brush. And then we're gonna clean brush and just really buff that out underneath. Okay, here we've got it. Right, cut crease time. I'm just putting that on my hand and we're gonna cut this crease. Do you know what? Cut creases don't scare me that much. Like, yeah, they're not the easiest. I feel like this is looking a bit 2016. Maybe that's the vibe we want. I'm going to set this all down with a lot of white. Okay, I feel like that looks like, that's like a proper cut crease. Okay. I'm going with some pencil, and this is my soft Kajal pencil from H&M. And I am just gonna run this along the lash line. Okay, do we like this? It's definitely like smoky. I feel like I want to add some sort of glitter in the corner. And I'm just gonna pick up like a silvery tone. Okay. I want to smoke this top bit out a little bit. I feel like this is like elevated 2016 makeup. Okay, I'm now going to go off camera and try and recreate it on that other eye. Wish me all of the luck, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it look that good on this eye. BRB. Okay, back. I actually really love this look. I feel like it's very dramatic, very smoky. I am feeling it looks a little Swan Lake, but is Swan Lake bad? No, not Swan Lake. Black Swan. Does it look like that? I don't know. Okay, let's go in with, I feel like I just don't do lashes anymore. I'm gonna curl my lashes and I'm going to put mascara on, and if we want to do a lash we can. I bought my Iconic London. This is a really good one for like drama. Yeah, do I like it just with mascara, or does it need a lash? I'm just in my no lash era. I feel like this isn't nearly out, but this is one of my favourite mascaras. My auntie suggested this to me. I quite like it without the lashes. Is that just because that's my vibe recently? Ow. This eye never hurts, but this eye always hurts with the lash curlers. Sorry if the angle has changed. My camera died, so I had to charge it. I do have a spare battery somewhere, but I don't know where I put it, so I need to find that. I'm going to do no lash. I don't know where I left off. I think I just finished off doing my lashes. I quite like the no lash. I think the eyes are like big enough that they don't need a lash. We're going to go in with MAC lip liner in Stone. I feel like I want quite a dramatic lip. I want matte lips. I've kind of, a few times when I've gone to put a glossy lip on, not liked how it looked with the gloss. So I feel like a matte lip is like needed. Okay, and we're just lining. Then I've got my Jeffree Star in Posh Spice, which is very cool tone. This is actually quite a cool tone look, which with my new warm hair, I feel like it's a bit jarring. And then I've got NYX in, this is Cairo, yeah, Cairo, just to lighten it up so it's not so dark. Yeah, and I feel like I like the matteness. Just gonna buff that in a little bit so it's not as severe. And here we have it. So this is kind of like a smoky cut crease situation. I'm actually obsessed. I feel like it's a bit grungy. It's very me, cool tone. I feel like my skin looks stunning. And I feel like, yeah, I'm actually going to do this look when I go to Paris. I feel like it's going to look like really chic. Yeah. But yeah, like always, I'll link everything down below. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again super soon.